Okay, so it's 9 in the morning, and I'm going to try to, this is my hive that's, I want to convert to mediums. That's currently all deeps. It's the one that I have the most problems with because it's clumsy working with it being mismatched. And today I'm going to try to put an end to that. So what I'm going to be doing is, if you see these wooden frames, these are the deep ones. The white ones are mediums. There's two medium boxes, so these deep frames are hanging down into the box, and underneath the white ones there's more of them that are the same size. So what I'm going to do is take the wooden ones out, put them in those two boxes where they can hang, fill this one up appropriately with the right kind of frames, and then I'm going to stack these two boxes on the very top, so as the bees that hatch and come out go down into the hive, and that those frames stop being used for anything useful. Oh, I just got a bee on me. So that's the plan. So this is going to be it should be straightforward, but this hive's always hard for me to work with because it's jammed so tight full of stuff. So we're going to see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and wear gloves this time because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in here, and it's just hard for me to get around that easy. Now, unfortunately, the gloves make me clumsy, but I'm going to take that as a net positive, since I'll be breaking up a lot of stuff in here that the likelihood of them wanting to be mad at me is pretty high. So here we go. Let's see. All right, we're gonna smoke these guys. Now, if you watch, it's kind of interesting. It's like you don't see anyone in particular doing anything, but then if you just notice again, there's suddenly a lot of them have gone down into the hive, which is what you want. That's what the smoke does. It makes them go away. Now, I'm doing this early in the morning, primarily because it's going to be over 100 degrees today, and I don't want to be out here in a full suit doing that. That's just too much. But you're supposed to do it in the middle of the day because most of the bees are busy working, so they're not paying attention to you. So there's less bees to deal with, and they're preoccupied. So doing it now, I'm doing it when they're basically all home, getting ready for the day, which is, you know, not quite ideal, but whatever. So what I'm doing is looking for where I'm going to get into this thing, and I'm thinking it might be this guy. I'm looking with one that has a little bit of room on it that I can use to wiggle it out, and then I will try to pull it. Get down, little guys. There's so many bees everywhere. Part of the goal here is to do this without causing a ruckus or smashing anybody. That's always the hard part, is we want to do all this stuff very smooth and very gentle. But for me, because they jam this thing so full of everything, it's like impossible to get in here without causing a problem. So I'm gonna pull this up, see if I can pull this up. There we go. Now, there we go. I'm not happy about this. All right, here we go. If I'm careful, I'll just go straight up, and I don't scrape too much, and that's good. So what I need to be very, very careful of when I'm doing this is that the queens are not on these. If the queens are on these, there's a high chance I'll kill her today, because I'm going to be moving it to a new place. She could fall on the ground and die. It's not that she's helpless, but she's close to it. So we can see all these little bees. You can see the honey around the side. There's not many eggs being laid. There's honey and pollen. They've turned this mostly to food, which is exactly what you want to see on these outer frames. And so the queen, this side. There's a few babies in there, but they're going to be hatching. This is just all pollen and honey. This is a nice looking frame for what it should be out of the side. They're not using it for babies anymore, which is the whole freaking point of doing this, was pushing them out so they wouldn't do it. No queen. Okay, goes into the new box. Ooh, that made him mad. Okay. That's one. Now when I'm done with this one, I actually have another hive I'm going to do. We'll see if we'll inspect that one or not. Okay. Okay. Now this one I can push out a little. And they glue these to the walls so they get stuck a lot more. And they tend to get a little mad when you break their wax and hard work like this. But so far so good. What's hard about this is I can't feel where the bees are around my fingers. The last thing I want to do is squish one. And I've got one on my fingers right now. Let's see if I can rearrange them. Get more of a grip here. Alright, let's see if there's a queen. So all these center darker wax bits, those are eggs. Those are covered larvae towards the end of their stage. They'll emerge as baby bees in the next coming days. Queenie, queenie, queen, are you here? And then you can see the bright yellow on the edges around the babies, that's pollen, and then this wax, this light yellow capping is honey. So that's the sort of textbook way. Babies in the middle, ring of pollen around it, ring of honey on the extremes. All right. Okay, I don't see a queen here. Let's turn you over. See, the bees are right there. I can't grab it. My fingers are getting jammed up here. We're going to flip you upside down. So very few babies here, more pollen and more honey, which is what you're sort of supposed to see. Now, is the queen hiding out in here? No. Okay, you get to go in the new box. Bees on my finger. There we go. In you go. See, I got these two on me. Can't tell they're there at all. It'd be so easy for me to accidentally squish them. Terrible. Okay, now I need to get to these two frames. I'm gonna pick this up for a second and show you what it looks like in here. So this is what it looks like down inside. You can see this, the white frame here, and then there's a black frame underneath it because these are the two mediums. The deep was hanging about halfway down there. So the idea is now I'll replace these with two of these correctly sized ones. So there they are hanging down there. But if you're ever curious why we call them deeps and mediums and whatever, it's because they go in a deeper box. They are physically bigger. Okay, here we go. Get you set up again. See? Still have a friend. I think he's eating some remnants on my glove. Okay, let's get to work. So what I'm gonna do is break these apart. When I'm done moving these frames, I gotta replace them with the correct ones, which means I also have to pick up this box to get under to the second one, to put them in the bottom as well. That's gonna be pretty tough work. Ooh, you're really stuck together. Okay, now we got that. Just wiggle you back a little. Do the next one. So they're not really paying too much attention to me right now. I've got a few flying around wondering what's up, but they're not too mad about it, which is good because I've got a lot more to do here. Keep making progress. And the thing I really want to avoid is making these things bump or jump as I pull them. Those sudden jerky movements are the alarm for them. So as long as it's kind of gentle and smooth, they're pretty okay with it. I hear one bee in there that's mad. Alright, I'll get you back here. Now the queen could be on any of these. It's one of the reasons I'm not squishing them close together is I don't want to accidentally crush a queen by squeezing it in the wrong spot. All right, now we should have enough room to get to these. All right, break that apart. Break this apart. Now usually the bees have been putting a lot of honeycomb and wax on the bottom of these frames because they dangle and they don't like empty space. I've been taking it off repeatedly, but we'll see. We'll see if they put any on these. Here we go. Wood. I don't know if I can just get my fingers in there and get it. It's just hard because I can't feel. Oh, I can't get that. That's too heavy. Okay, we're gonna have to do the lift and then shimmy. There. They don't like that when I do that little move because it bumps them. But it lets me get a better hold of things. And now, straight up. And there. See? They've been busy. Okay, so now the game is find a queen. And they are mad. Not super mad, but mad. So I'm looking here for the queen. This is a very full frame. Yeah, they're mad. Queen, queen, queen. Gosh, I don't like all that wax down there. She could be hiding. I don't think the queen is on here though. All right, we're gonna do another check on this side. This is what that other side looks like, by the way. Oh, they are trying to get to my face. Oh. Whew, I almost thought I saw her. But no queen. I'm calling it no queen. To the new boxes. My finger's stuck. Gloves. The wax they built goes all the way down to the ground. Okay. Looks like they've done the same thing with this one. So I can expect unhappiness when I do this. Okay, let's go. Break. Oh, that's on there good. I might not have ever really moved this one frame. It's really glued on there. Go back. Okay. I got bees checking me out for sure on this one. Oh, okay. Not too heavy. Good. But look at all this stuff they put on this. That's craziness. I'm stuck. It's really hard because I can't figure out how to move my hands without pinching my own gloves and then being stuck. And also there's a lot of propolis on this, making it even harder. There we go. Now I've got it. Also can't feel if I squish a bee. Man, that is a ton of food on this one. You can see all the bright yellow. That's all pollen. And there's a few babies in the middle. So I'm just gonna scan to see if I can find that queen. If she's on here, I'm not exactly sure what I'll do, but she shouldn't be. That's not really her style to be this far away from the center, but she will make the trip. She obviously has to lay the eggs. All right. Any queens? Look at all that pollen. Look on this bottom bit first. Looks like I can't tell what they're putting in there. Okay. So much food. That's good. You know, by this time in the season, they should be making a lot of honey, but none of my hives are. No matter how strong they are, they're just not producing anything. I think there's just got to be something going on with this year where there just wasn't enough nectar to make honey, which sucks, but whatever. All right, I don't see the queen here either. To the new box. One more quick check. You know, there's kind of an amazing variety of variation amongst the bees. Some of them will be paler, some of them are darker. It's interesting. One thing's for sure, they don't care about personal space. Okay, so that right there was the difficult thing I needed to do with this one. So now I'm gonna put new frames in to make up for the loss. Then I have to pick up this whole box, or maybe I'll do that first. Move it over, and then put the new ones in the new spot. I have in the past lifted it up halfway and shimmied them in, but that's pretty dang hard to pull off, I have found, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Reorient that so I'm not squishing too much. All right. Y'all are about to see some bees. Here we go. I haven't separated these boxes all year. Oh, those are heavy. Those are very heavy. Wow. Be a little careful. The queen could have been in there. So now you can see in here. So now what we do is we are very quickly going to fill this in with new stuff. This, I don't know if you can see this, the bees are making a bridge with their own bodies. It's called festooning. It's one of the ways bees measure space. I'm gonna knock that bridge loose, slide this guy in. Okay, maybe I'm not, it's stuck together, okay. One nice thing about these frames is most of them all have wax. So they can pretty much just get right to business and not necessarily have to rebuild a whole bunch of stuff, which is good. I am surprised though they haven't really built too much yet down here. I thought they would have prioritized it, but they didn't. They seem pretty happy using the stuff they've already got. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna guess, based on this, the queen's in that pile, which is, I need to be fast, because there's an easy way for the queen to get stuck and fall out of that onto the queen excluder, which that's not the problem. The problem is if I don't get her back. And to get her back, I have to pick her up. All right, bees, move. Move, move, move. You deserved that. You got squished. Okay, we'll move all these back. Oh, man, it's stuck. So the bees that are down here are not enjoying this at all. Okay. Serious? Okay. You think you get it figured out, and you find out you didn't. Okay. These are really sticky. You can see them swarming all over my hand. They are not happy. All right, it has 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm supposed to fit 2 more in here? Yeesh. That's not gonna go. I don't think I'm fitting 2 more in there. Okay. All right, so that's that. Now it's time to bring home the very heavy one. Oh, so much crunching. That's the part that's really dangerous. I don't know. Let's see if the queen fell out on this. Looks good. Okay. So she must be in here still. So now I got bees bumping into me. They're mad. I fill this up with more frames. Put it all back together. Want that one to be close because it's fully drawn out. Wax. And this is the one I'll put over here because it's not. Get you all the way back there if I can. Okay. Let's get you guys all situated again. Trying to be a little quick because I don't have. A, I'm starting to sweat through everything I own already, and two, these bees have made it clear they're not happy with me, so I don't want to continue to antagonize. Yeah, there they are. They're tagging my hands. They're all over me. So I think it's time to wrap this up. Okay. You see how they're coming after me like that? That's sort of your classic I'm mad at you stuff. Go back inside for a minute. Be done. Be done. Okay. Don't know if you saw that ant on there, but the bees will deal with that. So with all this wax from the other hive, what they'll do is they'll just clean it out and repair it and then use it. One of the leaders of the beekeeping club basically says that one of the most valuable resources to beekeeping is wax, because they spend so much of their life and energy building wax that if you can save them from doing it by reusing it, they can get on with stuff. They'll stay stronger longer. All right, so now this is a fully medium hive, exactly the way I wanted it to be. So now we're going to reassemble everything. So here we go. First up, queen excluder with bees. Get that nice and set up here. I need to work kind of fast because the bees like to come up underneath and then get squished. Next, we are going to put our honey. Super. Now my other ones, I'm checkerboarding them, which basically means alternating them. I think it was in the last video. Now that's on. And now for these two. Man, I hope they don't have the queen on here. So while I get this situated, why I hope there's no queen is because that queen excluder will keep her trapped up here, and then she'll start reusing all this stuff for honey. She'll turn it into brood stuff, and it'll basically flip the hive upside down, which is not natural for them. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna checkerboard these deeps real quick, and we'll be done. They actually kind of are already. So I just need to make a note to come out here again in another week and see if the brood is going away and see if the queen is where she's supposed to be. But there we go. Time to close this guy up. Go on in.